The bad news and the good news. Well, even the bad news isn't that bad. Been kind of hot and muggy here lately. I haven't gotten out much in July and August. It's either been super hot, I mean, you know, like in the 90s. So you're just kind of basting yourself out there, or there's been no wind, or there's been too much wind. And you know, with all these, really haven't got hit with a hurricane per se, but all these tropical storms or hurricanes that are out there, they're pretty far from the East Coast, but they're still pushing a lot of water and wind in here. I mean, we've had days with 30, 40 knot gusts, you know, that last for, hell, half of the week. So I haven't gotten out a whole lot. Plus just family obligations, you know, the grandchildren coming to visit, and, you know, and that's all good stuff. You know, here again, though, I played Teddy Fulton in chess, and I'm not a great chess player by any means. And I taught these guys how to play chess when they were really little. Now they're like 14 and 16 or something like that. I legitimately can't beat these guys. So one day, my wife asked him, said, "Hey, Teddy, does Grampy ever learn from his mistakes?" Then he goes, "Oh, yeah, he learns really well. But then he forgets very quickly, too." You know, so, you know, that's all good stuff. But, you know, on the good side of things, I did get out to do a video. I did a video on a review of 4 anchorages here in the Hampton Road. So I got out for a few days there. The weather was good. It was pretty hot at night, but, you know, it wasn't that unbearable. Well, it wasn't unbearable at all, just a little uncomfortable at times. But still had a good time with it. The other good thing is, the boat's only 4 miles from where I live. And if it weren't for all the construction around here, I could bicycle here very easily. But there's so many roads closures and sidewalks closed, it's just dangerous. So I bring the car, and it's only about, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. So I do get to the boat quite frequently. You know, I've got my crab trap hung out over here, and I'm catching 1, sometimes 2, 3 crabs a day. And I don't know if it's because of the tropical storms we've had out there, but I'm catching all kinds of stuff in this trap. I mean, I had to make a list here. Let's see, I got flounder, pufferfish, sheephead, hermit crabs. And I mean, hermit crabs in shells this big. I don't even know how they got into the darn cage. And what else like, oh, croakers. I mean, just all kinds of stuff. So that's been kind of fun. But and then I've had some boat projects to do. I finally put in a real bilge switch, you know, a 3-way switch. Before I just had it wired to the panel and whatever the float did. And if I wanted to do it manually, I'd had to get down there and turn the little button for the test, because it's a built-in float switch. So I did that because the insurance companies are requiring a high water bilge alarm, which I didn't have. So I put one of those in from Seaflow. And that wasn't that hard. I'll put a link to the video I did on that. So I got that project done. And then I was getting ready to go out one day, got the engine started. You know, you always lift the lacerette lid, check things out. So I look in there and I see the exhaust hose is leaking at the U-valve. So I don't want to go out with that. And man, guys, this thing was rusted. This had to be on here, I don't know how many years. Too many years. So as long as I was fixing that, there's another little 90 degree, and that looked a little rusty. It wasn't leaking, but I knew If I didn't take that out at that time, I'd have to take the whole thing apart again and start all over. So I got into that. Had a hard time finding a reinforced hose, so I only needed like 8 inches. I didn't want to buy like a 10-foot piece, but I finally found a 1-foot piece, fit that in there. Now everything is working fine. And as long as I was down in the lazarette, decided to straighten that out a little bit. I mean, not a lot. I got some epoxy work I need to do down there to fix a few little shelves that aren't quite holding in proper. I just didn't put them in right. And nothing critical for the integrity of the vessel. It's just keeping things organized. So that's a project I'm going to work on pretty soon. But that was another thing this summer, trying to do an outdoor project on this boat, especially on the deck of the boat. Wow, you were really baking yourself. Replace the refrigerator door or hatch, whatever you want to call it, lid, because I converted my ice box to a refrigerator and I never really got a good seal on the lid. So I put a deck hatch in, and man, that has really been working well. Before I would have to defrost this thing like every week and a half, 2 weeks. It's been over a month now and it's starting to build up a little bit. I mean, you're going to get condensation in there, but nothing like it was before. So I'm glad I got that done. I got out on the dinghy a couple of days, just kind of rode around, explored the Phoebus Channel here a little bit, went up and came back a little. Again, you know, with the winds, and there's a lot of current here in the Phoebus Channel. You know, so like if I'm going to do some fishing, depending on which way the current's going, if it's coming in, I'll row down toward the bay and then just drift fish up. And that, you know, I got about an hour, then paddle back down. And then if it's the other way, I go up to the bridge, let it push me down to just about the entrance here to the harbor, to the marina, come back in. So that's been fun. And of course, I want to keep the bottom of the boat clean, so I've got some practice in on my hookah system. And this is one of those where it's a battery operated air system that floats. So it doesn't have to be on the boat itself. It can move along with you. It's taken me a little bit of time to get used to how to get down there, scrape, you know, depending on, again, the tide. Is it coming in or going out? Now, the direction my boat is in, if it's coming in, I start at the stern of the boat, because then it's pushing all the debris I scrape forward. And the opposite, when it's going out, start at the bow of the boat, scrape, let it push that way. It also helps move the air bubbles out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. And another good benefit here, not a lot of people have gone out this summer. So I've got an opportunity to meet a couple of my boat neighbors and talk with them, get to know them a little bit. And that's always nice to do. And of course, we got a nice little breeze going today. Here with my cigar and a scotch. You know, so even the bad news is good news. I got a boat. I don't live far from it. Don't have a lot of projects I really have to do. A few things come up. So when the weather's good, I can just untie the lines, go right out, and where my marina is, I go outside the marina. I'm maybe 500 yards from the bay. I'm good to go. So until next time, guys, happy and safe boating to you, your family, and friends.